What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe, and we're gonna jump right into it. Today, we're gonna be talking about something sort of near and dear to my heart, which is becoming an early riser, waking up early, getting your day started. Now, I get up every day 4 o'clock in the AM in order to get my lifts in, do some other stuff, whether it be reading, scripture study, things like that. A lot of that work for me is done either early in the morning or just before bed sometimes too, but we'll get into that. So before I get started, what I wanna sort of lay out here and say is, getting up super early is not something that's required. Like you'll see online people say, oh, in order to be motivated and successful, you have to wake up early, and that's the key to success. It's only the key to success if it works for you and your schedule. If you can get everything you need done with a different schedule during the day, there's no reason if you don't have to get up early unless you really want. It's really a want to do this. So that's the first thing I'm gonna say. Now for me, getting up at 4 a.m. is a necessity. It's how I get my lifts in. All the videos you guys have ever really seen recorded of my lifts over the years have been super early in the morning when everyone is still asleep, when the world is quiet. So that's the first thing. I find for me, getting up early in the morning gives me time. One, I have a family, kids, gives me time to get stuff done before everyone in the house is awake. So that's the first thing. Two, I enjoy the solitude of sort of the world still being asleep while I'm doing things. You could, on the flip side, say the same thing for people who are night owls, who are up late at night. They may get the same joy, but I'm not lifting weights 2 o'clock in the morning. So even though I'm starting at 4, right? I'm not gonna stay awake until 2 and then lift. So now another thing is that I wasn't always someone that got up at 4 o'clock, but 5 o'clock has probably been the last 10 or 15 years of my life, probably 5 o'clock rise. I shifted everything over to 4 o'clock after my second child was born last year. Before that, I would still do around 4:30, sometimes closer to 5, depending on my schedule. But things really shifted, when my second child was born. So, getting up early to make sure to get your lifts in and do everything you need to do before they wake up. Have to go to daycare, bring my other son to school too. There are certain responsibilities that you have sometimes that require you to get the lifts in early or whatever you want to do. My other issue, I run my own business. I work a lot. So once I'm out of the house and at work, getting a lift in is almost impossible, right now at least for me. And then when I get home late at night, I want to be with my family, right? So getting up early allows me to get everything in that I want to do in my life and still be able to, lift weights, work hard, take care of my family, spend time with them. So that's all that's important. So you may be asking, how do I get started in this? Like, if you really want to wake up early, how do I get started? Well, I can tell you when I first started waking up early, that was in college. I was just like brute force, set the alarm, get up early until it becomes a routine. That's really difficult. Like, if you could do that, for me, that's a lot of the times that if I get off schedule, that's just sort of what I do to get back into it. And there's some pain to that, but it works. The other thing you could do is incrementally set your alarm earlier and earlier, and that will get you, sort of into a routine that's a little easier. Now, you have to have a mindset around wanting to actually get out of the bed, because it's very easy to turn around and hit the snooze button. So you're gonna wanna sort of start creating, little things in your mind so you subconsciously know already, like, I gotta get up. I can't just snooze and go back to sleep. So biggest things to get started with that, one, nighttime routine, right? What I usually do is everything I'm gonna be doing in the morning, whether it be getting a coffee ready before I work out, getting if you do a pre-workout or an intro workout or eat something, I usually eat a protein bar at a minimum, before I lift, just for time's sake, it's easy. I put the protein bar on the table next to my AirPods. I put a cup in the coffee machine, which is ready to go. I put my shaker bottle with anything I'm gonna put in it on the counter. Decision fatigue, in my opinion, is something that's real. You wanna cut down as many of the choices that you have to make in the morning, because it's gonna be easier, because then you don't have to be fumbling and annoyed and thinking about things. You just sort of go to where you need to go, get your stuff, and then get, assuming we're talking about home gym here, get down to the home gym so you can start lifting. Now, in terms of getting yourself out of bed, you set your alarm up. The hurdle to get over is gonna be snoozing, right? You don't wanna be hitting that snooze button. That's like the death of waking up early. You need to either figure out a way to subconsciously tell yourself to pick up, if you're using your phone as the alarm. What I find is that if I pick up the phone and look at it rather than letting myself like sort of reach to turn it off, then I've already sort of gotten over a hurdle of letting myself go back to sleep. Some people will set up their alarms across the room. I personally never had to do that, but that is something some people will do. So once you've gotten up, you just gotta get going. Now, another thing you need to keep in mind is that you can only go for so long with a minimal amount of sleep. So what that means is you need to get to bed earlier. You can't expect that you're gonna be operating just solely on 4 hours of sleep all the time. There was periods of times where I've done that, obviously. When my son was born, well, when both of my sons were born, I did this, but most recently when my youngest was born, I would wake up in the middle of the night, get him fed, and then sometimes, depending on what time it was, I would just go work out. What turned into that is obviously I was only getting like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, which is pretty brutal. You don't want to do that. It's not healthy, it's not good for you, and it's not sustainable long term. You're just gonna feel horrible, your lifts are gonna be horrible. If you have 1 or 2 nights every once in a while where that happens, like, that's fine. My wife and I want to have another baby. I'm expecting when that happens, I'm gonna be doing the same thing again. There's gonna be a period of time where my sleep schedule is all screwed up, but it is what it is. That's the joy of having a family. I encourage you all to have children, lots of children. It's a beautiful thing. So at night, you want to get into a routine of making sure that you're getting to bed at a reasonable time. I know this can be difficult, especially if you have a spouse or a significant other that's not on the same schedule as you, but this is a commitment. Like you're changing your life by doing this, right? You're shifting all your time at night to the morning, which is gonna give you opportunities to get stuff done. So if you have issues with procrastination, it will make a lot of this more difficult. So especially the getting out of bed part, I could see you like sort of being in bed for another half an hour just sitting there if you can't get yourself up. If you've never read the book Atomic Habits, it's a really good book about getting over procrastination and sort of getting stuff done. So I'm gonna recommend that book. It doesn't really have anything to do with sleep, but overall it has to do with defeating procrastination basically, which is a major problem in a lot of people's lives. They just procrastinate, they don't get stuff done. So that was a really great book on that. So that's one thing you wanna look into. So other than that, once you've gotten yourself out of bed, like that's 90% of what it is. Then you got to deal with getting in the routine of being able to either lift weights if you're doing it early in the morning because you may not have the energy to do it, but it's just about doing it, man. Like, I know that's corny and that sounds like, but getting up is 90%. The other 10% is just getting in the groove to just do it. And it's gonna suck and you're gonna feel like, I don't feel like doing this. But guess what? Once you start applying yourself to do the things you don't wanna do and push yourself, your whole life will actually change. Because the little things where you're like, I don't feel like doing that, you just automatically start doing them. You start applying this, getting up early. And I know at the beginning of the video, I said like, oh, it's not gonna make you, an alpha person to wake up early. It's not going to. But there are things that will seep into the rest of your day where you get up early, you force yourself to get out of bed. Now all of a sudden when you have something come up at work that you don't feel like doing, you kind of tell yourself like, well, I gotta get this done, so let me just do it. So that's sort of what happens when you start sort of pushing yourself in other areas, it bleeds into other areas. Again, I'm up at 4. My routine basically looks like up at 4, out of bed, get all my stuff that I laid out the night before, go downstairs and lift, hop on the treadmill. While I'm on the treadmill, well, first of all, while I'm lifting, I'm probably listening to, I don't listen to music much anymore, probably a podcast or some sort of book or lecture or something. When I'm on the treadmill, I'm reading usually a book. Then I'm getting kids ready for school with my wife, for daycare, you know, get them ready with my wife. Then I'm in the office by like 7:30, getting stuff ready before I start, work the whole day, you know, get home, rinse, repeat, spend time with my family. So that's life. So if you guys have questions, I'd love to hear what you guys do if you like to wake up early. You know, I know some people have like crazy methods. I think the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, is just like the easiest. Basically, make sure you get out of bed, right? That's really what it comes down to. And over time, it will just become routine where you're up out of bed. And then it gets to the point where when you sleep, like till like 5 or 6, not really 5, but like 6 o'clock, you're like, the day is gone, day's over, man. I haven't slept past probably 6 or like 7 o'clock. I haven't slept past 7 o'clock probably in a decade. And it just starts feeling weird because the whole day feels gone, like after a while. So I know this is a weird video, sort of just ideas coming out of my head talking about this, but if you guys have any questions, let me know, drop comments below. Don't torture yourself if you don't have to. If you're not an early riser and there's no reason for you to be an early riser, like if you don't want to do it, like I don't know why you would, unless you really enjoy it, which I do. So drop some comments below and I'll see you guys in the next one.